Well, third day. Old Gino is going down. You heard him.
My feet are really tired of side hilling, and I'm telling them they're gonna have to suck it up because
sore feet, back's hurting. I didn't know if he was gonna leave the four-wheeler, so I brought Winston. He's starting to become a rock hunter. He zigs and zags and zigs and zags. He's becoming a downright professional. Winston, your toupee is starting to come loose. You're rough. We're definitely in our little stash here. And still plenty of material. Me and old Noel, we had monster nodules in our head, and you can see it all. It's just, gosh, petrified wood, just to find a perfect round or something that just really isn't all weathered up is damn tough to find. That material yesterday, that'll be really neat to actually see. This stuff here, every so often it'll have a trace of blue opal in it. And that's the kind of stuff that we're really kind of looking for. There's something big, but it's got, it's like it's got multiple pieces of petrified wood. Some's got a real black and white look, and some's got that lighter colored look. Another bonus cut. This is a nodule here off of, we're calling it the Thunder Agate saddle. So you can see this is not overly big, and it is going to be cut with old Covington Jr. I really like this 12-inch saw, and I'm gonna do this. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Wow, 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 wow. Still dry as a bone. Now for our little bonus reveal / cut. What do we have here? We have that actually is a very pretty little nodule. Mostly quartz. But if you notice, it's got pretty bands, and it's definitely not fractured. And you can see it's in that thunder egg location, but inside here didn't have much of the matrix at all. So it looks really nice. Nodule. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, we're working towards, best way to describe it, if you watched these connecting videos, it's where the two elk antlers are still laying. We're working our way that direction, but we've never been. This is a portion of the hellhole. Remember, up and over there is where Noel and I was yesterday. So you can just see the terrain, and it's steep. But we're seeing very little mineralization. We're going along, but this stuff just popped out of nowhere. Well, you can see the shit that I'm in. Loose as a goose. Like I said, Noel, he had enough of this side hilling shit. I didn't get tore up with side hilling, but looking and looking and looking, like I said, it was very unusual where we found those monster nodules on Castle Mountain. Well, if you look, you see in the background, that be Castle Mountain. So we're not super far away. So we're trying to hope And we know in the saddle it was producing some pretty good material, but I had my heart broke a couple times going through this nasty stuff. But I think we just found ourselves a nodule. So we'll get this one out of here. And I couldn't tell you what was going to be in that one. Pretty good sized nodule. It's got a bunch of basing there. But I don't believe it'll be quartz. I think this is something else. Looks pretty decent, so she goes in the satchel. Hell yeah. Now here's that one. Let's see what we have here. Boom. Oh, dang it. It's got the Black Widow / Widow Makers. Where did they come from? Oh, gosh, dang it. We'll focus on that one. Oh, they're kind of fractures, kind of not. There's one, but oh, that could be so pretty. I'm going to do everything I can to show everybody who watches the evolution. Please subscribe. Our viewing hours are fantastic, but there must be a few people out there that hold it against me because I pick on their buckets. But if you have to use a bucket, use a bucket. But by gosh. And look who just showed up. That sucker I think he could read my mind. He was going to stay up on the top because his feet hurt. But he's on the rock slide. But I did find a nodule, so we're on high alert. Well, I scoured that whole damn thing. And that one nodule so far is what has been found. No, haven't heard any squealing on him. Sorry for the damn sun. Remember, peripheral vision. That's what I'm used to. You just put your foot down, kind of a feel. But anyway, it's been not so good. But you know what's over there? Ha! Castle Mountain. So anyway, we're working towards it. We know that saddle's got it in there. If you watch that episode, let me get my finger out right there. Basically, in a nutshell, is going to show that. So, pretty morning. We thought it was going to be nice and overcast, but the sun is coming out. So, here, I'll get my head there, this and that. You'd much rather see the sun than me, but hey, it causes a glare. I was always the kid that liked to Easter egg hunt, but it's no fun when they're sitting completely out in the open and you don't have to work for it. I like to, Mom goes, there's 2 more left. Well, those are the separators. And those take you some time. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. So now we walk that whole dang thing behind us. I haven't heard Noel unless he's holding back on me, squealing. But he didn't have any hesitation of coming up and in. So this saddle right here in between Castle Mountain and what we just came off of had those dang nodules that were kind of an aggregate. And I think they're going to cut well. I'll be very disappointed if they don't. But this located one, you can see the bluing that's in there. And I'll do the quick. Let me see if I get that camera to zero in on her. There we go. You can see that it's got matrix mixed in with the agate. I said I don't know what they're going to do, but it's got that bluish agate, and but I've never seen these hybrids like this. Not as pronounced. It's like it was pockets that through the course of time, chunks of matrix was actually dropping down in during the formation of the actual agate itself. So anyway, hey, now there's 2 in the satchel.
Read.
Well, here we are. We're going to do a little bonus cuts here on the thunder egg deposit. And here's this big girl. And I am going to put it into the Covington Senior. And here's this one. Then we have 2 of the smaller ones right there. Let me see if it can folk there. Grabs them and moves them around. But we shall see. But they're definitely thunder eggy. So we will see. You can see these girls are bigger than a softball. And then we've got these ones that are a little more petite. So let's see what we come up with. I dream of Jeannie. Bow. Just like evolution style, we'll start with number 4. Was the nodule with the big window in the bottom. This one here basically was all it could be. Was all it could ever be. But you can see why I'm calling it the thunder egg. Agate saddle. Because, that one could have been something, but it was a long shot. But that is what it looks like. All right. Number 3. Well, guess what? Is the littler nodular going to outdo the large nodules again? We have this hurts your feelers. It was trying with all its heart to be something as that we're calling it a widow maker. Call it a black widow. Now this one here is definitely like what I call an almost. A little bit of clear, it got contaminated in that jersey pocket. But what a big thunder egg. And here's the other side. As you can see, so this one might deserve another cut. So that is number 3. Number 2, is it going to be a small one again, the winner, or not? Number 2 is the last of the smaller ones. So when we pick this up, that one has some prettiness, now doesn't it? It's got that nice jersey inside there, and it really tries to be pretty. We get that film in there, go into the bowels. We're going into the bowels. But I do like, those are pretty nodules right there. Number 2. Boy, number 1 must be pretty special. Well, by gosh, the number one is a large nodule. This one is more nodule-like. Still coming from the same general area, but this is one of the few nodule that I got from where the thunder egg agate is coming from. So let's see what's inside here. And voila. That is pretty. I said some of these are just going to be absolutely flabbergasting gorgeous when they actually are polished. So we've got just this weird little line, like it was the injection line. We will see. And it's even more pronounced in here on this one. Be very, very quiet. Very quickly, so be very, very quiet. We're hunting agates. Very quiet. We don't want that dang no good thing knowing that we're finding it down here. Sounds a little selfish, but it'd be nice to see him find something up there, see? So be very, very, very quiet. Be very quiet. See? Very quiet. You see the fortifications in it? That's what I'm talking about. They got water banding, fortification within matrix. This is one of us, not one of the better ones. This one right here. See? That's what it looks like. But you can see there's material around, so they're unusual. They're very unusual. Most of the time in other areas I wouldn't pick up as just kind of popcorny, but not here. I think it's going to be fantastic material. Look at that fortification just sitting on the side of that. So be very quiet. We's hunting agates. Very quiet. See, by being quiet, see, he's looking. So do you think he'd be up there looking? If he knew that I was picking stuff up here, down in here? That sucker, he'd hook on just like one of them conservative chain belts to a wallet. Now, I can talk loud because Winston's the only one that's listening, but it's a little bit of a chance on some of this material. I don't know. Of course, this is the one nodule that was picked up. He's gone for sure. This is a pretty nice big nodule. You can see how weird it is. It's just the matrix is just so intertwined. It's an aggregate. You can see that. And of course, the big one has to go. But we just have to go down through here and see which ones is going to make it. This one's a little bit of a chance, but I think it's going to be pretty inside. You got some quartz crystals on that particular one. Okay. And so this could be cut, be kind of pretty. So that's the thing, is you just kind of have to go through. But I just know I've seen enough of these broke right here to know that I know that it's got a lot of matrix on it. But dang it, or within it. But some of the ones that I seen were broke were just beautiful and actually pretty solid. So I'll make a decision on that, and then we'll start heading off towards petrified wood. I think I was talking too loud. He's probably over there smack talking me.
Well, there he is, looking for treasure.
He says his back's hurting. Yeah, those 3 rocks that he had yesterday wore him out. One was pretty damn neat, that tubular bot. That man right there. Remember, I believe I picked up this beauty. Old G. You ain't cheating. You ain't crying. What a beautiful specimen that is. Absolutely beautiful. Gosh, I was proud to find that. Tubular bot. That man right there. That's all he's got. Eagle eyes on wherever somebody is. He hears things too. So see, he's right above me. I've been a little slow on the draw, but what these agates are reminding me of is what I have seen: thunder eggs. Lots of matrix with a little jack-in-the-box surprise in the middle of them. I really think that that's what these things are going to do. Hang in there. We're trying. But you know what? We're breathing. We ain't dying. And if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'm still wondering about them jalapenos.
Well, there's a few nodules left. Finding some little ones, and I'll show you those in a little bit, but side hilling around the backside of Castle Rock, and this one's right in the open. So I'm gonna keep looking, see if I can find anything else. But pretty solid piece, very heavy, very dense material. I like the green in it, but I think it's gonna cut more white, but we'll see.
Well, look who just showed up. And he just disappeared doing his own thing. And he just, we'll call him Origami Mr. Bato. Origami. Hey, what is that? Like sticks? Did I butcher it enough? Got Mr. Bato. And a big notch. That's a good one. Fortification. He just slipped on over there and freaking just started scalping the backhand side of Castle Mountain. Right there is a classic Castle Mountain nodule, but this one was found by old Gino. And he drifted off and found this beautiful nodule. And we're going to cut it. We're going to avoid that window right there, as you can see, but that is dead solid. So let's see what in the world we come up with. And I would have lost the bet on that. He's got we're calling it a widowmaker on the evolution, nasty ass fracture. You cannot see them for the life of you on the outside. I'm going to try to figure out if I can figure out a way to find that. But it's basically a big quartz bomb with that water line that you could see at the bottom that we were avoiding. And there's the other half. I'd have never have thought that. I thought that would be a big bander. And nope, that is pretty much a blanker. He is the quartziest finding son of a gun you ever would see. Look at them terminations on that. That is his third one that he's got of one of them. There's another chunk of it. Pretty quartz. That's not even clean. Look how pure some of that quartz is in those terminations. And that one might have been almost leverite. Let's see what else he's got in that little. But that thing, that's a nice nodular. That could be a real pretty one. I don't think that one's full of quartz. No, that's a solid. That's a solid anchor one. It's got a lot of that green in it. I have high expectations that could be a smoker. That could be his best herd nodule, to tell you the truth. That reminds me of a monster narrows deep. Good job, bud. Just drifted off into the sunset. We could have had a drop rig on this this run, but we weren't supposed to be over here gathering. We were just going to make the circle. So we got to see just what we're going to do to see how the limit's going to be. But anyway, boy, I'll tell you what, you just never know about this dang adventures. I'm going to philosophize on this, and I personally think that there was some sort of a geyser, warm spring, something that was going on in this area. Right in this spot with Elkhorn, Thunder Egg saddle, and what's been going on with old Castle Mountain. To me, it almost feels like there was a geyser, hot tub, or something that was sitting there right on top of this saddle, just going to town before it was uplifted or whatever. And it's got a lot of interesting material. So I'll tell you, look at, he just went right on over here. I had on Elkhorn Thunder Egg saddle here, I have not found 1 ounce of quartz. And he just walks right on over to the backhand side of old Castle Mountain here. And next thing you know, he finds those big quartz bombs and then that beautiful nodule. So I'll tell you what, never, ever know. So you can see the search just keeps making you more and more powerful, more and more powerful. And the amount that I've evolved in the last couple of years, well, it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have all the background that I've been privileged to have. And hunting experience, camping, hiking, off the trail, dangerous, bears, fearless concolor. Well, and a little bit of college thrown in there. Mostly all learned by living it. So anyway, I like the Ray-Bans because it covers up them crow's feet. But hey, hopefully you've enjoyed this. We're gonna, like I said, I know that there's gonna be some them cuts in there, and hopefully you like those cuts. And keep your fingers crossed, because I think Elkhorn Thunder Egg Ridge is going to be some fantastic material. That's just what I am predicting. So, hey, thank you so very much for subscribing. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your year, rest of your life.